Hey guys, just studying the Ramban Nachmanides, Bamidbar, chapter 1 and verse 2. It says here, Se'u es rosh, ko adas b'nei Israel, lemish b'chosam, leves avosam b'mizpar, shemos ko zachar legul golosam. It says here, take a census of the entire assembly of the children of Israel, according to their families, according to their father's household, by telling of names of every male according to their head count. Now, what's interesting is the Ramban Nachmanides comments on the word Se'u, which means, is translated in English as take a census of the entire assembly. But Ramban Nachmanides says, is that really what Se'u is in Hebrew? And he says here, take a census literally means lift the head of the entire assembly of the children of Israel. And then he quotes Rashi, and Rashi says, it is as they say to the king's executioner, lift off this one's head. This is a quote from Rashi. And in the Chumash here also comments a little bit more, and it says, take a census. The literal translation is lift up the head, which has two possible implications, one positive and one negative. It can mean that the people would be uplifted to an exalted level, or it can mean that their heads would be removed from them, as Joseph would use the term when he predicted that Pharaoh's baker would be executed in Bereshit. Here too, the term suggested to the people that if they were worthy, they would be uplifted, but if not, they could suffer greatly. And it says in the first verse, on the first of the second month, Be'echad. Echad. Echad means one, and all of Israel is one. And it's interesting about this word, legul golosam, okay? And it says in the Aramaic, legul go sohon, which actually means skull. It means skull. And so in verse 2, when it says, according to their head count, it really says according to their skulls. And also, when it says take a census of the entire assembly, it doesn't even say take a census. It says literally, Se'u es rosh, lift up the head. Rosh's head. So this is what it really says. Lift up the head, Ko adas b'nei Israel, of the congregation of Israel. And so, what does this mean? And what does Legugolosam have to do with anything? The skulls. Well, the root word of Legugolosam, or Gulgoleth, which means the skull, the root word is galal, which means to roll away or take away. We also get the word Gilgul, which means like cycle. And so this is all hinted here, but is there something deeper with the skull and the lift up the head, that even the one could mean lift up the head to elevate Israel, or perhaps die? Lift up the head, as Rashi says, it's as if they say to the king's executioner, lift off one's head. And Gulgoleth, the understanding of these words, give us a great picture of that which Hashem has done for us by taking away our sin. As He is our head. We are counted as one in Him. Not only that, it was Golgotha where Mashiach was impaled. As we read in Mark chapter 15, verse 22, and it says here, Viehu el Gulgolta hamakom hum makom Gulgoleth. And so it says here, they brought him to the place of Golgotha, that is the place of the skull. And so we see here that Mashiach really was lifted or impaled, lift off one's head. So he died in order for Israel to be elevated. And so Is this a stretch? Maybe, maybe not, but there's something deeper here in Bamidbar, and the connection with the word like Gulgolosam. Even Gulgoleth is not even a new concept in the New Testament. There's much more to it, deeper concepts of being raised up and elevated. And you see, Mashiach is our head. He is the one who actually elevates us. And so this is what I just was studying this morning with the Ramban Nachmanides. Just thought I'd share my thoughts and let me know what you think. Have a good week. Shavua Tov.